So today I want to talk to you guys about a couple of tools you can use to pheno hunt more effectively, pheno hunt more efficiently, and really understand how to go into a pheno hunt with the intention of finding a keeper pheno, especially if you have a plant limit. So let's hear from our affiliates and get right into it. Hey guys, I just want to jump in here real quick before we get too far into this video. I want to let you guys know that I am officially an affiliate for AC Infinity, a place where you can get all of your grow setup needs, from ventilation, dehumidifiers, lights, grow tents, you name it, you can probably find it on acinfinity.com. So if you go to acinfinity.com, next time you need to get a different grow light, or the next grow setup is calling your name, or you just need some replacement parts, or maybe a refillable carbon filter, go ahead and check out acinfinity.com and use promo code EXPRESS420 at checkout. That is acinfinity.com. Use promo code EXPRESS420 for 10% off at checkout. Thank you guys very much. So if you're not familiar with pheno hunting, I have a lot of videos in my catalog about pheno hunting and how to pheno hunt, but I want to refresh you guys on a couple of tools that are going to make it a lot more efficient to do the actual pheno hunting. Once you buy those seeds and you actually pop them and you're looking for specific characteristics in your special unicorn cut of that cultivar. So let's get right into it. With number one, you're gonna want to have a quality, reputable breeder that is sending you a version of a cultivar that you know you like, or that you would like to pheno hunt. This requires a little bit of research, a little bit of understanding of the market. You don't want to fall into pheno hunting for something that someone is kind of replicating and it isn't what you're looking for. You don't want to find something that is low quality but has a unique name that catches your attention. You don't want to fall into a scam site, which scams are pretty prevalent, but normally you only have to worry about that when it comes to social media. Find an official seed bank. I have a couple that I go to. If you need a couple of suggestions, I'll let you know down in the comment section below. Just ask. So after you find your genetics that you want to, you have them in your shopping cart, you're going to want a decent pool of these genetics. And normally when it comes to finding genetics, I go with a smaller pool. But if you are really dedicated to finding a unique cultivar, you might have to buy up to 20, 30, 40, up to hundreds or even over 100 seeds to find the one pheno you are looking for. It all depends on how picky you are. It all depends on the pool of genetics itself and the variety of what you are going to find inside that cultivar. And once you find your cut after pulling, you will have completed a pheno hunt. But the bigger the pool, the more options. The F1s have a lot more variety. F2, 3, 4 narrowed down as it goes down, and that feminine or fucking F generation number goes up. That's going to narrow down the gene pool. So if you're looking for something that is an F1 trait, but they bred it out when it comes to the F4, obviously you want to search for those F1s, get a big pool of that because of how many possibilities there are for that cultivar to be in pheno variations. If you are looking for a specific thing that the breeder is looking for, say they advertise something and they say this is what we're going for, and it aligns with what you would want in a cultivar, maybe you go for the F3 or 4 generation, and that'll be a lot more narrowed down to what you're looking for, and you have a higher likelihood of finding that genetic. If you are pheno hunting, you obviously need to learn how to clone. If you do not know how to clone yet, there are bare bones methods all the way up to very specific methods that are going to help you get the highest chance that that clone will root. And if you want to have me do a video on tips for setting up cannabis clones, from the bare bones all the way to the nitty gritty, every detail, make sure it's perfect, let me know down in the comment section below if that's something you would be interested in. I might make that video anyway, but only time will tell. It is up to you to learn how to clone, how to identify traits in phenos that you are looking for, and do not miss out on fire phenos. Another tip that kind of goes along with this is do not judge your plants in veg. It is very important to give them the opportunity to be not only mothers, but also get pushed through the flower stage for you to get a complete understanding of the final product, to know what you are getting. If you do a stem rub, for example, in the vegetative stage and you smell your fingers, that is not necessarily what the plant is going to grow up and mature into. It can give you a broad idea, and if it's really that far off, you might not be interested in it. And if you are judging it based off its vigor, its growth, its feeding, those are understandable ways to knock out a pheno. But if you are looking for the final product, personally, I always based everything off of the final product because I'm willing to do anything that it takes to get that plant to grow to maturity. And the more times I grow it over a period of cycles from an original mother, the better at growing that genetic I'm going to get. So I always base off my final product. If you have a different method down below of how you choose when to kill clones, when you choose to kill seeds, let me know down in the comment section below, because I would love to hear more perspective on that as well. Pheno hunting, extremely efficient, is learning how to graft your plants into each other. A lot of the law states that when you are doing a plant count, it bases its count off of plants that have plant mass connected to a main root system. And not only does that mean if you plant 12 seeds and grow them all separately, that those plants are 12 plants and will be counted as such, but if you implement grafting, which is essentially taking a section of one plant and putting it onto another mother plant, you will be able to decrease your plant count without sacrificing phenodiversity. Important things to remember when you're looking at grafting is that the genetics will not mix to create a hybrid pheno on that branch. It will stay completely separate. It will be genetically different, and it will be its own thing. Second, it will give you more pheno hunting possibilities with being able to grow more than one plant on a single root system. That is extremely important when you're limited in your planting and how much you can breed at a time. For example, if you have 6 phenos that end up being female and you have a plant limit of 6, you would then have to take 5 of those, graft them into the one main plant, and then all of those parts put together and all those different genetic variabilities will all be on the same plant, and they will be completely their original structure, but it will be one plant. And then you can plant your males, you can plant more females on top of that, or you can simply grow those out and see how they do and be able to take clones off of the respective parts of the plant, possibly do a re-veg. You probably wouldn't want to re-veg. You'd want to take the clones off of that plant, have the other 5 clones to choose from, and definitely get those together. And if the one main pheno ends up being the one you're looking for, then in that case, you will probably have to do a re-veg, which takes time, but this fills up all of your slots, gives you a good chance of finding the pheno you want to in that 6, and make sure that you don't go over your plant limit while giving you breathing room to take those other genetics. So I hope that makes sense. I know that was a long-winded answer, but I went over it on stream and it was a fantastic thing to go by. And the last thing that's going to make your pheno hunting more efficient is to take notes on each pheno day by day, or in general, things you like about it, things that you noticed about it, what it's susceptible to, what it's strong against. Does it take training well? Does it grow in the environment you're growing in, especially if you grow outdoors? What exactly is it about that pheno that you like and dislike, so you can weigh your options based on a backlog of your original thoughts on that plant. That is going to be way better than simply trying to remember anything about the plant, unless of course it's just that ultimate standout one-of-a-kind pheno, and the odds of that happening are Not impossible, but they're normally pretty low. So if you enjoyed this video, if you are going to take these tips in mind on your next pheno hunt, let me know what ones down below. And also hit that subscribe button if you are new. And if you like this video, leave a like on your way out, dude. I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much.